little bit clearer. So sorry about that. So yes, Nightmare Live. Big fan of Nightmare Live. So yeah, make sure you're watching on Fridays at 4:30, I believe. Yes, on their Facebook page. So do check it out. I'm a big fan. And Mr. Sam Dunstan, who I do miss dearly. Hope you're all right, my lover. Anybody else on the chat that we can talk to? Anything in the chat?
So Paul just checked in and said, "Hello, lovelies. You guys are great." Paul, if you're listening, give us the times of your Nightmare Live, and we'll do you a little plug.
Yeah.
And Gaz, just before we dropped off, as Tunk was coming out to play hide and seek with the goblin, he put out, "Ready or not, here Tunk come."
Oh, Gary. I need to get Gary on to play as a special guest character, maybe in the next adventure. I think that would be really nice. So Gary, get in contact. We'll make that happen. All right. So shall we carry on?
Yeah.
All righty. So for the first time in this entire adventure, Pups is no longer exhausted. There you go. Well done, Pups. Good boy. Okay, so you wake up nice and fresh. You have a beautiful breakfast of dry rations, which are disgusting. Have a little bit of water. Apart from Baggi, what are you having for breakfast?
Oh, I am having just a little bit of cider that I actually stashed away from that liter that we had before. I didn't let Oshi see. Turned around earlier, had a little sip. And then put a little tiny bit in a little tiny flask. So she's having a lovely bit of apple cider.
Good.
Great.
Nice. Not in any goblins or anything.
And before Urki memorizes his new spells for the day, he has one spell slot left where he can create water for the group if they need water.
You guys got water skins?
I've got water skins. I've also got the ability to find clean water for up to 5 people.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry, now that you're not exhausted, you're useful.
I'm gonna say
spell slots.
I'm gonna say these wonderful, like, clean water.
No.
As it kind of like the only water I think available is the stuff that's running off the walls.
Yeah, then let's go with Urki. Let's go with Urki.
Oh no, it's safe to drink. It's safe to drink.
Yeah.
It's just a sort of a very interesting way of collecting water.
Green water. Only green water.
I create 10 gallons of clean water in whatever open containers I can find. But I'm not now that I'm free. I'm not planning on taking this spell today. I'm switching it up. So get it where you can.
Yeah. So you take the water, and what are you changing over to?
I'm switching to mage armor.
Oh, nice. Yes, for sure. Okay, so you guys come out, and I'm going to put you right to the top of the room here. And you go over the wall, which is only about 2 foot high, so it's not too much of a difficulty for you guys.
And I'll probably actually cast mage armor now, Joe, just because it lasts 8 hours. I'll have to take off my the leather armor I picked up off the dead goblin, but that'll just bump my AC up to 15.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Let's do that now.
Can we have looted the other goblins? Is there anything of note on their person?
Only thing they've got is like some scimitars, short bows.
I think after we finished looting them, I did a little ritual to Maglubia and put them to rest. I was a little bit shaken up by what Baggi did to that goblin, so sort of gave them a proper, maybe not a proper burial, but a proper ceremony to hopefully see them off to the right place.
Nice. So I'm going to say the one thing you do find on all of them is this kind of strange, like, vinegar sour wine, which they've all got on them. It's rank stuff, disgusting. Even to your kind of goblin palate, it's pretty rough.
Oshi uses a bit of it to clean the shit off her boots. She's pretty pissed off about the shit on her boots.
And literally, as you kind of put it on, it like fizzes.
Oh, fizzy shit.
Fizzy shit.
Mm.
Okay, so you hop over the wall, and you've got a door that goes to the north, and a door that leads to the west.
Did I know which door the goblins came from, or was I asleep when they came into the room?
I think you were probably asleep when they came in.
Okay.
So you're not quite sure.
Tunk turns to Baggy and says, "Does Baggy want Tunk to open doors?"
And Baggy takes a moment to very carefully think about what she says.
Well played.
She bends down to Tunk and she says, "Why don't you quietly see if that door," and she points to the one to the west, "is open? You got to be really quiet, okay? Like hide and seek." Shh.
Okay. Tunk play hide and seek with the door.
Okay, so let's do a stealth check first. Great. And you go to open the door, and it is unlocked. And literally, your idea of quiet is just like, "Kukong." As the door sort of swings, you know, when you open the door too quickly, it comes out of your hand and like shoo-bang, and like clumps onto the side.
Tunk looks around at Baggy to be like, in his head, being like, "Was that quiet? Was that? Did Tunk play hide and seek well?"
And Baggy just goes up to Tunk, covers his mouth, and just says, "Shh," because she knows. And I think she probably pulls him back a little bit so he's not stood directly in the doorway, given that it's just made a massive sound and anything that's in there. So she kind of pulls him close to her whilst trying to sort of peer around and see if there's anything that she can see.
Okay. So do a perception check for me, please.
Yeah. Perception. Come on.
So this is what you see is this north and south of the chamber is stacked like with like barrels and boxes and crates. But there's a clear path that leads across to another door, which is on the west side. But what's inside those crates, you have no idea.
Okay. Looking at the crates, she probably, I assume, would think, "Oh, there might be some more rations in there, especially if we've just eaten some of ours." So she turns to Pups and says, "Hey, Pups, I can see some crates in there, and there doesn't seem to be anything else. Should we go in?"
Of course. Maybe there's some more weapons. Maybe we can get you another bow or something.
Oh, that would be amazing. And then actually remembering that Oshi has the longbow that she was gifted by Pups, she goes up to Oshi and just says, "Oshi, you know how I lost my bow? Any chance you could lend me yours, and if I get another one, I'll give it back to you?"
Oshi doesn't look at Baggy and says, "You can rent it for a gold piece a day."
Baggy,
And it's only so expensive because she made it look like Baggy made it look like it was her idea and not Oshi's.
I see. Okay. Baggy says to Oshi, "I will remember this," and she begrudgingly fishes out the sort of the grimiest gold coin, not the shiniest one she's got, and she gives it to Oshi.
Meanwhile,
Oshi spits on it in her hand and rubs it against the top and then puts it in her pocket.
Tunk starts to laugh and turns to Erky and just says, "Now bag lady has to pay Oshi."
Erky just shakes his head in astonishment.
Okay, so you've got this room. It's full of stuff. Is anyone going to go and have a look through it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oshi
I'm
is.
Yeah.
Oh, Baggy. You go.
All
Oh,
right.
let's do it together. Come on, Oshi. That's you take the left, I take the right.
All right, cool. So you're going to help each other look through this stuff. So let's do. Who's
Yeah.
going to lead the perception?
Probably Oshi.
Okay, cool. So Oshi with advantage, please. And again, there you go, 12. We'll take 12. Okay, so in here you find some water, food, but none of it is of any good quality. It's all terrible. The water is stagnant, the food is mouldy. You realise this might be like some sort of pantry. You also find 5 pints of oil. And you've also found a few small barrels labelled elf pudding.
Ooh.
And I think Pups, Pups, you see elf pudding. Have you seen goblin?
Has anyone tried elf pudding?
Pudding?
Oh, no.
Anyone?
Tunk wants pudding.
Okay, so Tunk, do you go over to the barrels?
Yes, he does.
Okay, you rip the top off, and as soon as you rip the top off, you just see it's like you're lashing this like red mess. And as you open it up, you disturb something, and this like elf head just rolls up at you, and you realise this is like a minced up elf in a barrel.
So Tunk turns to Pups very angrily and says, "Doggy, this is not pudding!"
I know it's not pudding! Put it down! There's pudding on the barrel!
Okay, everyone. People think it's funny to play tricks on Tunk, but Tunk loves pudding, not shiny little long-eared head.
Erky regretfully thinks back to what he's been served as a prisoner for the last couple months and tries to put that out of his mind.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm sure Z's. Okay, but that's all you find in this room. So 5 pints of oil and a few barrels labeled elf pudding.
I'll take half of that oil.
And Oshi takes 2, and the rest Pups takes.
Okay, so you've got the door that goes to the west. You've also, in the original room, got the door that goes to the north. Just because you guys are in 2 rooms at the moment.
Are there any footprints, or are they long gone?
There's nothing in this room. No footprints, nothing. It seems like it does seem like a pantry.
Maybe we'll find you some pudding elsewhere, Tunk. Some pudding in one of these other rooms.
Okay, doggy. But no more tricks, okay?
I will try.
Okay. Tunk hungry now.
I just had this image of Tunk look over at the barrel, just sort of.
Still considering, yeah.
Yeah, still thinking about it.
Much considering.
Okay, so you got so which door are you guys going to go for?
I think let's see what's on the other side of this pantry, don't you?
Okay, so
yes.
So you're going to open that door there.
Yes.
Erky will go into the back of the pantry.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If everyone's moving ahead.
Okay. So I'm guessing you just open the door. Door's not locked. You open the door and it's a really super long corridor. There's several torches that are mounted on sconces that kind of go around the chamber, filling the air with haze. A double row of marble columns carved with entwining dragons run the length of the hall. And you can kind of see this kind of mist in the air. It makes it difficult to see. So you kind of only see, say, maybe 30 feet in front of you, let's say. Actually, let's call that, sorry, wrong one. Let's call that actually 15 feet in front of you. So you can only see as far as that, really.
Okay. Can I see that this room is significantly more elaborate than anything else?
Yeah. for sure.
I'd sort of I turn around to the group and say, "This seems like this is the way out of the prison. Do we want to get out, or do we want to search for more clues?"
Which way is pudding?
I would say pudding is probably this way, Tunk.
Okay, well, simple question, simple answer.
Okay. So you make your way in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as soon as you step in, you see that there is, you can just about make out there's a door over here, and it leads to the north. And you notice a little bit further on there's another door that leads to the north. This door to the north here looks as if it's been slightly damaged from the other side.
I'll go up and just... Is there any way of seeing through the door? Is there a little shuttery thing?
No, you can have a listen if you want.
Yeah, can I put my ear to it?
Yeah, sure. Let's do a perception check. No, so you can't really hear very much through the door.
I think I can hear the sea. Yes.
Baggy just says to him, "No, everybody knows that's just the blood rushing around your ear."
Then that's what I can hear.
Okay. But yeah, it does look like it's been damaged from the other side too.
Little fairy, which way do you think Tunk should go?
He just gestures to the door that Pups just went through.
Okay. So Tunk goes towards the door, looks at Pups and says, "Do we do this quietly, or does Tunk kick door open?"
Kick the door open, Tunk.
Okay. All right. So Tunk is going to try and kick the door open, and he does a practice swing first with his leg because he didn't do the last one properly.
Okay.
Which Pops has to duck out the way of.
Let's see the strength on this. This door's pretty already damaged, so the number's quite low if you want to smash this door open.
How low, Joe?
Someone pissed off Gabby's relative at work.
So you go and kick it, and you're like, "Donk!" and you just hear on the other side.
Tunk don't want to go in there. Does Tunk have to go in there?
What about the other door?
Oshi, Baggy, there seems to be a large noise coming from the door.
It's the sound of the sea.
Yes.
I think Baggy and Oshi give each other a look that's very much like, of course we have to go and save them. And they come in to have a little cheeky look.
Yeah, and I think Mipu again has the same look with you guys. It's like, "Oh, stupid then."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Mipu is. There he is. He kind of comes along as well. Okay. Who's going to open the door?
Are we going in?
Well.
Can we not listen at the other door?
Actually, that's true. Yeah. Have we noticed the other door yet, Joe? Like Baggy and Oshi and Mipu have only just come in.
I think you can
No.
you see it, but this door is of a lot more interest at the moment.
And is it locked? Have we worked out if it's locked or not?
No, but it's damaged. It's heavily damaged from the other side.
So we'll need to unlock it, won't we?
We can try it. We can have a look at it.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So
Pups ready's in action.
Okay. What you readying?
Two-handed battle axe.
Okay.
Yeah. Me too. Two-handed battle axe. I'm ready.
Archie, Pups is quite small, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Archie leans over and sees what she can see. Sees if she can unlock the door.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's try that then. Let's try thieves' tools.
Is it Dex?
Yeah, it's with Dex.
I love it. We all know it's a terrible idea, and yet we're still doing it.
Cool. So you open the door, and what you see is this kind of like completely trashed room. So mounted on the stuffed animals' heads adorn the walls, but the mounting is very sloppy. It includes cattle, rats, and other impressive specimens. Not particularly impressive specimens. A few grisly trophies share the rules, including a couple of kobold heads. Smashed and broken cabinets, small tables litter the periphery of the room, and mute victims of some sort of rampage that's gone through the room. There's a rusted iron spike that sits in the centre of the room, trailing a broken chain. Thin patches of frost coat the walls, floor, and the debris itself.
When you stuffed animals, I pictured something actually quite nice.
Yes, Teddy Mouse.
And then you just hear. As you see a white dragon climbing in the corner, sitting on a very, very small amount of like treasure. What do you want?
Is that in common or draconic?
It's saying it in common.
I think Baggy sort of looks over to Oshi as if to say, like, can you speak Draconic? Because it might calm them. I think she actually says that. She whispers it to Oshi really quickly. Can you just say something in Draconic to say that we're friends?
Answer me.
Osh quickly says to the white dragon, I was going to say we come in peace. No, different branding. Stay in this. She says, we mean no harm to you in Draconic.
Ah. Someone speaks better tongues.
Oshi smirks and says, yes, some of us do.
I smell gold upon you.
And Oshi says, yes, I also smell some gold around you.
Yes, mine. My gold, it's my gold, mine. It's my gold, it's my gold, it's mine. It's mine, it's mine. And it sort of like goes into a little bit of a fit and then like calms itself. Why are you here?
Oshi takes the piece of gold that Baggy gave her and makes sure there's not too much shit on it and throws it towards the dragon.
See his hand kind of creep forward and grab it. That was nice. But why are you here?
She turns to the group and explains what's just happened and asks how much she should tell the dragon in common to the group.
I think you should tell me everything. Says the
Shit.
dragon.
Pups still with his arms above his head are really starting to shake now. Is sort of like tapping across the room and going, Meeple, come here, Meeple. Found the dragon, Meeple.
And Meepo kind of comes to here and it goes, the torturer! The torturer! And it kind of moves forward. Actually, it's not even on my screen yet. And he sort of gets big guts, starts becoming really, really fucking angry. And it kind of comes to here. And I'm going to give it a little action. Yeah, let's see what I can do. Okay. It's going to move to here. It's going to fire at the door at Meeple.
Oh shit.
Oh.
So let's do a con saving throw. Fail.
Oh no, Meeple.
Okay, Oshi, could you also do it as well? Oh no, hang on. 1, 2, 3. No, don't need to. Just Meeple. Okay, so let's roll this many d8s. That is definitely not going to survive. Okay.
Oh no!
As Meepo literally, he turns to ice
Oh, this is a real Snowpiercer moment.
and then just like falls forward and just like shatters into 1,000 pieces.
So
Why do you ride with the torturer? You
But
want to
Oshi-
bring me back,
sorry.
don't you? You want to take me back to those torturers. I am no pet. I am a noble dragon. How dare they come and send someone to take me back?
Actually, quickly says in Draconic. No. This torturer was an offering for you.
The kind of eyebrow raisers. Thank you. It was most satisfying.
Tunk, however, is not satisfied with watching his
Oh no!
No.
just fall to smithereens and steps forward and says, "Hey, we be friends to you. You hurt our friend."
Who is this dwarf?
I step forward and say, "My name's Tunk. What's your name?"
My name is Calcryx.
Calcryx. Well, Meepoo was my little red doggy, and you made him turn to water.
He was also cruel.
He wasn't cruel to me."
He was cruel to me.
So Tunk kind of is putting these pieces together in his head, realizing that Meepoo was mean to something else, and says, "Are you friendly, dragon?"
Depends on how much gold you have, dwarf.
"Well, Oshi has taken lots of my gold, but I got 9 pieces of gold. If you'll be friends with Tunk, Tunk will be friends with you."
Give me 9 pieces of gold.
"Tunk will give you 9 pieces of gold if you tell Tunk he'll be friends."
Friend.
Huh?
And puts its claw out.
And Oshi puts a hand on Tunk's shoulder and says, "Tell your new friend exactly what it involves to be a friend before he can put the 9 gold pieces in the dragon's hand."
Thank you, Oshi. Well, friends.
Welcome to my Tunk Talk.
The tongue talk. Can't make that happen for sure.
Well,
We are not worthy, Kurt.
friends help each other.
Okay.
Friends don't hurt each other.
Mm.
And our friends have to find magic tree for fairy.
Magic tree.
Mm-hmm.
Magic tree. I'm not sure of magic tree.
Well, neither is Tunk, but Fairy knows all about it.
Maybe it was from
The others looked for the tree.
Mm-hmm. Belek and his little frog.
Belek, yes. I've heard this name, Belek, but I know nothing of it. Is he rich?
I don't know. He has a frog, so possibly.
Literally, the dragon's face is completely straight.
So is Tunk's.
I have heard legends, though, of such a tree. Now give me that 9 gold.
You be Tunk's friend?
Do not test my patience, friend.
You said friend, that's good for Tunk. And Tunk has 9 gold pieces and 2 silver to sweeten the deal.
It's like,
It drags it down and it goes between its legs and kind of pushes it into its little hole between its legs.
so I have heard of a legend of a tree. One that has grown from the stake of a vampire. It is below us, tended by what is known as Balak.
Urki inches forward a bit just to pick up on this. He's hiding behind the pillar, kind of taking notes.
It grows 2 types of fruit, white and red.
What about pudding?
There is elf pudding, which is quite tasty.
Mm,
Very good on muffins.
Tunk disagrees, but okay.
I know nothing else, but you will not take me back to those pet keepers.
Are you a prisoner here?
This is my lair.
You're happy? And you're happy here?
I am happy here.
Do you know how we can get below?
I do not.
Well, there. How did you come to be with the kobolds? To be with the torturer here?
Captured as a child, as a baby, thrown into a cage, treated like some sort of animal. They say they worshipped me, but it is false. They hurt me. But now Calcryx is free. I will build a hoard and sit in his lair.
Thank you for sparing us, mighty Calcryx.
You see his chest pop out.
Thank you, friend.
Tunk is friends with Dragon!
Now leave me.
Before Tunk goes, Tunk has a question. Why don't Calcryx and Tunk and friends go find White Tree, and then the whole of this layer is just Calcryx's layer?
I leave. You steal my treasure.
No. Tunk is happy to part with treasure. Tunk just wants to help Fairy.
Yes, but the one who speaks the tongue, she will steal my treasure.
Yeah,
Won't
that's
she?
true. Yeah, that's true.
But tell me when it is clear, and I will reward you.
Okay.
Oshi says in Draconic, do many people come past here, Calcryx?
Not to the trophy room, no. But some go through the hallway you are standing. Many are travel through smaller goblins, little goblins, old goblins.
Oshi takes the ring that the Queen Kobold gave her and shows it to the dragon. It says in Draconic, make sure no one gets past here after we leave. You kill everything that comes past here after we leave, and we will come back and you can have this.
That is from the Queen. The Queen, daughter, does she live?
She does for the moment.
When you return, you take me to her, and I will freeze her to her throne.
But first, you can have her ring if you kill everybody that goes past.
Yes.
And Oshi doesn't give it yet. He says, we'll come back and get you, and I'll count the dead bodies.
He just stares at you.
Oshi, Calcryx's friend.
And Oshi nods at Tunk and then moves out the way of the door.
I do not trust that friend. She seems to manipulate more. Careful, dwarf. Dwarf
Oshi
friend.
good. Oshi just likes gold.
Be careful, dwarf friend.
And it kind of curls back into its corner.
Before Tunk leaves, he takes out his bedroll and lies it out on the floor and says, "It's okay, Calcryx. We'll come back. Don't worry. Here's something for you."
I think my mouse has just died. I just need to go grab a cable. I'm very sorry, guys.
I cast
give me 2
Cure
seconds.
Wounds on the mouse. Wait, no.
Come back to life, little mouse.
I cast Speak with Animals on the mouse to see if I can coax it back to life.
Exactly right.
So we've had lots in from Paul Flannery. He's very happy that there's been lots of proper D&D bartering in from Oshi, saying got to make that good. But then he was very impatient with us getting in the room, to the point where I nearly used him as inspiration for just breaking into that room, which by the looks of things would have probably killed Pups.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Poor Meeple. Meeple's done.
Aww.
oh, me poo. Let's all take a moment to think of me poo.
Now, for Meepoo.
Okay.
The possibly
that's
the
good.
most useless guide you could ever have had.
Yeah.
But
Let's not tarnish Meepoo's name, please, okay?
well, you didn't
Meepoo brought
know
a lot
much.
Meepoo brought...
Hey, killed a
Tunk doesn't
goblin.
know much about anyone. He makes immediate kinships with everyone he meets.
That is very true.
It's true.
So friendly.
I know, right? He's such a lucky gent. I think I've also frozen on here as well, which is interesting.
One of your cameras on our side looks like it's gone.
Yeah, I think so too. So, like, the curse of Mr. Thorpe continues.
Camera 1.
Camera 1. All right, I'm going to go up to camera 2. Okay.
Camera 2.
Camera. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
I
whoop.
know.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the guys at home are not seeing camera 2 at the moment, so I'm just going to put camera 2 in so you can see me. Sorry about this, guys.
See that? Camera 1, camera 2. Whew.
I know.
It's the real deal, guys.
No, not at all, guys. Okay.
Studio.
Okay, camera 2. Massive camera 2, everybody. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'm just going to restart my computer, but we'll carry on. So, you've just sort of spoken to Calcryx, the dragon, and found out a few bits of information regarding this tree that Urki's been looking for.
Urki, did you know anything about this vampire stake?
No, that answers a lot of questions. He holds up his notepad. That's kind of creepy. So you said it was a tree that grew from like the stake of a vampire.
I believe so.
Oh, you definitely should check this out.
For sure. As you kind of try and close the door the best you can, it kind of like just about kind of fits in. As you guys kind of realise that your original deal is now kind of a bit null and void, as you're not going to be able to return with this dragon now.
That is true.
Well, it sounds like he wants to go back for some very specific revenge.
Yeah.
But if we resolve the issue with the fruit, then we will also help the town above.
Yeah.
True.
Who is Tunk's friend right now? Tunk is confused.
I can make a list for you. I turned to a new page in the notebook.
So the red doggies are not Tunk's friends, but the white dragon is Tunk's friend.
Who would Tunk like to be his friend?
Tunk has always wanted to be friends with Dragon. And all the red doggies seem to run away from Tunk. Let's be friends with Dragon.
Let's be friends with Dragon, Tunk. That does, however, mean that more goblins probably die.
Who do you want to be friends with, doggy? The green doggies or the dragon?
Well, I want to help the dragon and I want to help the town, but it's not easy to see someone with a face similar to yours get turned into meat.
Okay.
Let's push on.
Sort of like a silence kind of goes through the room.
Pups to just start walking up through the corridor.
Tunk will follow.
As Tunk passes. Guild as long as you're my friend.
Okay.
Oshi, before we go any further, did you pick up my bedroll?
Yeah.
And Oshi says, I have my bedroll and 2 other bedrolls.
Very good. Shall we push on through this through this corridor. Does anyone want to check any of the other doors? Or shall we continue?
Yeah, I think Baggy would quite like to go and see if she can hear anything at that second door. Has a little listen in. Puts her ear up. Just in case.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad.
Okay.
She hears something.
Definitely hears something.
Okay, so
She thinks.
you hear absolutely nothing, actually.
Okay.
Like, it's completely clear.
Ooh, completely clear. All right. Baggy tries opening the door. Sees if it's open.
Yeah, and it just pops up.
Just opens up.
And it kind of goes into like quite a narrow corridor that goes about 20 feet up and then suddenly takes an angle. Sorry, suddenly takes an angle. So I keep forgetting that my microphone is actually really important. So yeah, it goes up and then you see that it kind of turns into an angle after about 20 feet.
Oh, okay. I think thinking that this might be potentially, because it's quite a narrow corridor, it might be like a sort of a safer way to go, kind of something that maybe the people who know where they're going uses. I think she heads in, calling back to the others and just saying, maybe let's just check in here first, just in case there's anything else before we go. So she heads on in.
Follow.
She looks around the corner.
Yep, and you see that the corridor continues on down and then heads north slightly, but you can also see there's a bend that then continues to go west.
Ooh. Okay. I think Curiosity's killed the cat now. I think she just wants to keep going down, and she's not even too worried about who's following her, though I think she's aware that Pups is trailing along. As
you get kind of round to this area, you start hearing like joyful songs coming from a doorway here. It sounds like a lot of family noises. You don't really understand what it is, but I think Pups, you begin to understand it as being goblin. And there's like old voices, young voices, there's children's voices that are coming through. But you also notice that there's another door to the far west that sort of leads away from the noise a bit more.
Baggy turns to Pups and says, do you know what that means? Does it sound like some kind of, is it a goblin celebration or?
Can I have a listen in?
Yeah, sure.
See what I can make out. It's up perception.
Yes, please. Cool. It sounds very similar to the sounds of when you were growing up. So sort of normal tribe sounds. Cooking, singing. Like, it feels very normal to you, actually. It's quite a normal sound.
I say very low. I say these people pose no threat to us. We should continue looking for a way to a lower level.
Okay. And then I think because Baggy's seen the other door to the west, I think Baggy goes up to sort of see if she can hear anything that's coming through there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, struggling a bit because of the sound from the other goblins.
Yep, sure. So do another perception. Let's see if we can hear anything through it.
As we go past this door, I'm just going to take out 10 gold pieces. I'm going to get the little pouch of 17 gold pieces from Caracas and just tie it. No, I'm just going to put it out by the door so that someone will find it.
Nice, very good. You don't hear anything through the door at all.
Nope. Does the door? What does the door look like?
It looks fairly secure, actually. Probably the most secure that you've seen, other than the prison doors. But this one seems a little bit more ornate.
Okay.
And it also seems to be on a curved wall.
Yeah. I think Baggy turns to Pups and says, "Hey, Pups, come here."
Okay, you
She
start
says,
to be quiet now, yeah?
"Yeah."
So let's all do some stealth rolls. So if we do Pups, Baggy, and Urky, they seem to be the closest to the door so far.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, very good.
Yes. Very nice.
Yes.
And perfect. Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
So you're all
That's
kind
the
of
thing.
silently go up towards Baggy.
Yeah. And I call both of them in. I'm like, Baggy, Pups, come here. And I say to them, look at this door. Look at that wall. It's curved. We've not seen that yet. Or she reminds them that there was a slight curved wall before when we were by the fountain. She says this could mean this is a special place through that door.
or a staircase.
Or a staircase. Could be something that will spiral down. What do you think, Aki? Should we head on in?
I feel if we don't now, we will later. So
Yeah.
he grabs his plank of wood and is just ready for whatever.
Great. I think Baggy turns to Pups, because Pups at least is a goblin, and says, can you go and get the others and make sure they're here?
Mm-hmm.
And
I think as Pups goes back.
I can see from where I'm at, I can see Oshi and Tunk, and I kind of gesture them forward.
Oh, great. So they're nearby. And then I think Baggy tries the door to see if it just opens by itself, but as quietly as possible.
I think Pups is gonna put cover his white armor with his cloak, put it up, take the head cap off, put it in his bag, and just try to make himself look as bandit as possible, just in case.
Are you still wearing your armor though?
Yes, but
wrapping around it.
Yeah, so I've got this big beast hide cloak, which just wrapping around, sort of Assassin's Creed style.
Okay, so you're looking. So Oshi's going to open the door, and Pups, are you going to walk through it? Is that the idea? Or just so much unclear?
Yeah, I think probably, because I think it, just in case there's loads of goblins on the other side, it's probably better that a goblin goes in than a half orc.
Okay. So
going first.
So guys, so Oshi and Tunk, let's do some stealths.
All right. Come on.
Oh, it's lucky that you're far enough away. As the door gets opened and you see Pups make their way inside. Okay, as soon as you step in, it goes quiet.
Ooh.
As you see, Baggy, you going in as well?
Actually, yeah. Sorry, no, I'm not yet.
Okay. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 hobgoblins sat around a circular room. One of which is sitting on a throne with his feet on a chest, and there's like a plant, a twig growing next to him. There's also another goblin who's sort of next to them, who sort of say they're like playing with an illusion. It's like the big goblin's like,
What is it? Why have you left the colony?
I was checking the store, and we're running low on elf pudding.
what? He's like, you see him like put his hand into a barrel, like it's like the red just pouring down his face.
We must have elf pudding. So I like elf pudding, and I like elf pudding too.
Yes, this is why I wanted to come and tell you at once. I know how important it is to all of you.
Well, thank you. Now, leave us.
He kind of kicks out like this. So before you leave, you see that this is like a circular shaft pierces the floor of this 40-foot diameter dome chamber. Dim violet light shines from the shaft, revealing a sickly white and grey vines that coat the wall of the shaft. The light is supplanted by 4 lit wall torches, set equidistant around the periphery of the chamber. A crudely fashioned stone thrips in against one of the curves of the northwestern wall. A large iron chest serves as the throne's footstool, and a sapling grows in a wide stone pot next to the stone. You also see that like around the edge of the circle is like a wall which is about 2 foot high. And that kind of goes around, that sort of protects people from falling. And then you try to turn and you go to leave.
Yes, very, very hastily, but not so hastily as to draw attention to the fact that I'm shitting myself and very upset.
As you step back through. I'm going to imagine the door's shut. Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm just, without breaking my stride, I'm just going to keep walking, but sort of gesture very deliberately and obviously to Baggi and Urki to come with me this way. Back to these guys.
Yeah. And we definitely hurriedly follow along because he's clearly seen something.
I bring the group together and just in hushed tones say there were 5 or 6 hobgoblins in there, possibly one leader, and there's a huge shaft in the middle of the floor that appears to lead downwards, but there were too many hobgoblins. I had to run.
Baggi says to Pups, what did you say to them? What did you tell them?
I said something about the elven pudding. I think the elven pudding is for them. They all seemed very upset that the elven pudding was running out. I panicked. Okay, I panicked and I started talking about elven pudding. I was very scared.
I think Baggi, seeing that Pups is really, really upset, just kind of like puts a big hand on his shoulder and is just like, "It's okay, you did okay, well done." And then
I think child Pups is having a real moment about these hobgoblins.
Yeah. And she asks him if there was anything else that he saw in the room. So there were 4 hobgoblins. Was there anything else in there?
There was a throne. There was a central chamber that looked like it led down. There were lights. There were 4 lights. I didn't get to see or investigate much. I think these are the people in charge from the way that they treated a regular goblin.
So then it goes. We get a cut back to the Yawning Portal for a sec, as we see Pups like sweating, listening to the story, and then sort of like shaking. And Baggi kind of puts a hand on his shoulder. And we come back to this conversation.
I think we need to find another way.
Well, what way can we go? So we definitely can't go down the big hole in the middle.
No, maybe there's another another route, or maybe we wait.
Or maybe we take some elf pudding in.
Who can fit inside the barrel?
Yes.
I can't.
The fairy can.
The fairy can fit. We could empty out the elf pudding, and we could put Urky into the barrel. And
What?
Or we could fill the barrel with oil and set it on fire.
Ooh.
What are we doing?
We're gonna sneak into the room pretending we're elf pudding, or we're gonna fill one of the barrels with oil and then try and set it on fire.
Is the magic tree in there?
I think it might be the way to the magic tree, but it's being guarded by 5 very bad doggies.
Oh, bad doggy. I thought the magic tree was downstairs.
I think we can get downstairs from this room.
Did you see stairs, doggy?
No, I saw a shaft that led down. That is right, Joe, isn't it? I saw a shaft that led downwards.
Yeah, that's correct, yes.
I saw a shaft that led down and vines that could climb down. Perhaps they were vines from the tree.
Were there any other doors in the room leading out, or is this the only way in?
There was another door to the south, but it's a very small chamber and it's circular. There's no opportunity for we could lure them out.
Maybe we could take 2 barrels in. One with elf pudding in that gets spilt. The other with somebody in the barrel. And when they're distracted, we go in one door. And a goblin who's taken the elf pudding in and spilt it goes in the other door.
Good plan. Although I don't know where the second door is.
How to get there.
That's true. Maybe if we head back to the long corridor and see if we can find where the other door is from there. The corridor where we saw Calcryx.
What do you think, fairy?
I could create a sound through magic coming from the other door.
Okay.
I don't know if that would distract them or get them to investigate. Like, if they can go out that door, do we come in this door? But I have a feeling it would be harder to leave than to go in. I mean, if we investigate whatever is below this level, if we don't take care of what's on this level, it's going to be harder to get out than to proceed in further, is my imagination, or is what I imagine.
Let's kill the bad doggies.
There's only one way in or out.
And that sort of sound kind of kicks through as Oshi just says, "Let's kill the bad doggies." And it kind of makes a little bit of silence in the room for a second.
Yeah, let's kill the bad doggies. Tunk's got an idea. Tunk opens the door, kills the bad doggies, then we look for the magic tree.
These are not ordinary doggies. They're not like the ones that we've faced. They're cruel and they're bloodthirsty, and they will not show mercy.
So you don't want Tunk to kill the bad doggies.
No, I want to kill the bad doggies. I just am scared that we might not be strong enough.
Tunk, we have to be cruel and bloodthirsty.
Tunk is thirsty.
Pudding thirsty.
Have the bad doggies got the pudding? Okay.
Well, the bad doggies do want the pudding, so maybe if we're going to go and kill them, maybe we do need to distract them with with a delivery of elf pudding, because we know where that is.
Urki, could you make the distracting noise from the from within a barrel?
I believe so. I just have to be within 30 feet of it, and I don't have to have line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that would help us get the rest of you into the room undetected.
Whatever doggy thinks we should do, we should do.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I'm going to say that you guys run back and get a barrel and big enough to kind of put I keep to say fairy, put Urki in. To sort of start your plan. Motion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got one barrel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any empty barrels as opposed to a barrel that we formerly contained elf pudding?
Yeah, there's empty barrels and stuff. Yeah, so we've got an empty barrel.
Pups, do you think you could go back in?
I think so.
We're behind you. We're right behind you.
When do we go in?
When we hear the noise from Fairy.
Okay. For water.
Okay. Yeah, if you station my barrel near the other door, I can make an illusion of a sound that sounds like just generally muffled screams coming from, yeah. And if it's and that way, it'll come from my general direction. It'll sound like it's coming from behind the door, most likely.
Okay. Are there any plates or like platters in the room, Joe?
Not really. No, it's not that kind of pantry. It's sort of mostly sort of, yeah. It's mostly just barrels and sort of stores.
Okay. There's nothing that I could put some elven pudding out as like a immediate thing for them.
I mean, you could probably do it on top of a barrel.
Yeah, I'll put some on top of the barrel.
Like a lid of a barrel that you could just take off and use it like a plate.
Uh-huh.
So you grab it, it's like this head of an elf, and you all look at it, and it kind of goes, "Oh, look at you," and it all looks like a very particular elf that you all remember.
Just.
It's just gets put onto the platter.
Special guest appearance by
Pups turns the face away so he doesn't have to look at that smug elven face whilst he carries the barrel.
Okay, and he kind of takes you in. So let's we're going to do a bit of a strength check on this, because I think you're little, as you're carrying another little person.
Okay. So just a straight strength check.
Let's do athletics, just in case.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on, Pups. It's all about you, baby.
Just
Right.
one all like this.
Bowl
Right.
it in there.
So yeah, you literally go and you like carry it through into the room, and they go, "What is it?"
Elven pudding for you all.
Ah, elven pudding. Put it over there. And it kind of points across, like flippantly points somewhere across the room.
Okay. So I'm gonna come down in the direction of the door, put the barrel right next to the door, and then I'm going to go towards the center with the head to offer it out, but then like trip over myself and sort of throw the thing onto the floor about here.
God, yeah. Typical goblin. And the other one's like, hey! And it's like, oh, you just can't spill any of this wonderful. And then he kind of picks you up. Gosh, and puts you back on your feet.
I think the moment I hear any, I was kind of like counting silently to 10 in my head once I came to a rest. But the moment, so we're at the after 10, count of 10, or the moment I hear any commotion outside the barrel, which tripping and dropping the head might do it, I will cast a minor illusion to create the sound of screaming, like muffled screaming voices from my general area. Hopefully it sounds like it's coming from beyond the door.
The chief is like, I'll go see what's happening. And he kind of sends these dudes out.
And can we hear this outside? Can we hear the...
Yes,
I think...
Yes,
okay, so I think Oshi's definitely moved up towards the door so that we are right behind Pups. And as we hear the screaming, in a hope that it might make Tunk very angry, possibly even rage, she says, do you hear that? They might be being horrible to Doggy.
I'm just going to check the wisdom on these and see if they recognise it as being fake. Hang on. Let's carry on, guys. Carry on doing what you do.
So Oshi calls Tunk over and says, do you hear that screaming? I think the bad doggies are being horrible to our doggy.
So Tunk starts to get pretty pissed off, thinking the only doggy in his life that is stuck with him is being mistreated, and fucking barrels into that room.
Cool. I'm going to give you guys one action before we go into battle and before I bring back the hobgoblins who have realised that is a fake noise. So tell me what you're doing right now. So just to stop this from getting it out of hand.
Tunk's going to go into rage and is going to go, seeing the biggest hobgoblin directly ahead of him. He's going to run over to him and the smaller goblin and go for a reckless attack with rage on.
Oh
Great.
my god.
Okay,
You don't hurt doggy.
Great. So we're going to go straight into initiative, but I'm going to allow that action because I think it's too good. Okay, so let me just roll these guys up.
Sorry, did you want me to?
Yeah,
we all
everyone
roll
roll
it?
initiative.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank goodness.
Solid 2.
Okay, we all in? Turkey's in. Cool. Tunk's on a 2. Very well done. Okay, so Tunk, do you want to do your attack? Because that actually helps, because that means we go straight into order.
Come on, Tunk.
So he gets advantage with this.
Yeah.
So that's 1 and that's 2. 14 to hit.
And you miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
As you swing down as this heavily plated hobgoblin kind of like miss, you kind of scrape and bang onto his chest, essentially. He does nothing.
And before it goes into the next person's turn, Tunk says, "Don't hurt doggy!"
Okay, so Grenil is going to turn around, who is this like goblin who's next to you. And it goes for a poison spray right at you. So you can do a constitution saving throw, please.
I can. Shabash. 16.
Great, so you take no damage.
Yes!
Okay, Urki, you're by the door and you
Okay.
realise that the door is like you've heard that them go, what's going on? No problems. Everyone seems to be happy. As they're kind of coming back towards the door.
Urki will leap out of the barrel and move to here.
Mm-hmm.
and he sees Tunk and this is the biggest guy in the room, right? The guy on the
Yeah.
He will cast guiding bolt at that dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
It misses.
wah, wah.
No.
It misses completely, unfortunately. Anything else you want to do?
Let's see. I've got my little shillelagh already. Actually, no. As a bonus action, he will cast the cantrip of shillelagh.
Okay, Pups.
Pups is all kinds of confused. Is really struggling with this. But he's going to. Can I get round to them? Can I go across the center? Is that a hole?
It is a hole. Yeah. You can get. Yeah, you can get to them.
Okay, so I'm gonna get. Wrong button. I'm gonna go up to him here. I'm gonna attack.
I'm going to say you should go there.
Okay.
Give you a little bit of flanking options.
Oh, amazing. I'm gonna go two-handed. With my battle axe.
With advantage.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fun place to be for a change.
And it misses.
17 misses.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Anything else? For you?
Yeah, and then with bonus action, he's going to cast Compel Duel on the big guy.
Cool. Anything I need to do?
Wisdom save of
Fails. So he's going to fight you.
Yeah, and
So heroic.
yeah, so he's only going to fight me, and I'm going to shout to everyone, get. What's it called? Get in the shaft. Get in the shaft.
Okay. Okay, Oshi.
Oshi moves into the door, and I assume, Joe, that the door has opened inwards.
Yeah.
So she hides, and she takes her bow out and shoots the one that tried to attack Tunk. That guy.
This one over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Where am I? Fuck.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Ah.
Yes. So that hits. As this arrow kind of flies through the air and slams into this. I'm going to say wizard. Looks like it. No, yeah, it could be a wizard. And it's into the spellcaster, slam into the shoulders, like ah! And it looks like it's on death's door.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to do?
Oshi then goes back to hiding.
Okay. Baggi.
Baggi is going to run. I think she can run. She can go 30 feet up to the little hobgoblin above Tunk.
Yes, the goblin above Tunk. Yep. The one that looks like it's like absolutely screwed over at the moment.
Yeah. She's going to go straight up to this one. And he's looking pretty bad, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, actually, she's
looking pretty bad. Okay. Baggy's gonna. She just wants to kind of, because I'm thinking Baggy's gonna use her savage attack. I think it is.
Yeah. So you run towards somebody.
Oh, actually, no, not savage attack. Sorry, she's she's going to use action surge. So I think she wants to try and get rid of this one, and then maybe potentially get the other one.
Okay, so
attack. She's going to just do. She's just going to go one-handed, with battle axe. Just give it a go. See if it'll finish it off. No. I should have done 2. Okay.
So what number did you roll?
Sorry,
It was a natural 1.
In that one. Okay. So it's going to have a little attack on you. Just give me a second, guys. Okay. Just logging into another system. This is what I
No
do.
worries.
The suspense.
know,
I
right?
know. I'm bracing myself. I should have just done 2-handed, but I wanted to save that for the big guy.
Yeah, it happens.
The
It
big
went. Okay. Okay.
preparing herself.
So we've had some suggestions for Tunk talks from Jonathan Cooper.
Oh, Mr. Cooper!
Oh.
Of course, Mr. Cooper. Jack's Fun House. January
Yes,
January
the
10th.
DM of Jack's Fun House.
Friday.
So TED Talk number 1 is when his doggy's not good, and number 2, what is pudding really?
And when
Okay.
is good doggies pudding?
Yeah.
So
Need a follow-up.
13. Does 13 hit?
No.
No, okay, cool.
No, doesn't it?
Great. So that was just a house rule that I play. If you have a nat 1 in combat, someone's near you, they can have an opportunity attack. Okay. So that was your first action.
Yeah, and she is gonna use another one of her actions now. She's worried about Tunk. She's gonna just try and finish off the that one that's in front of her because it didn't seem bothered. So yeah, she's gonna go two-handed battle axe. That's what she's doing.
Good play out. 13. Unfortunately, that misses. Yeah.
Oh, good.
As he does swing through and miss this like hobbling goblin, and it misses. So now, done.
Dun, dun,
Is going to attack Pups because he's compelled to do so. So he's going to go with his long sword, two-handed. I'm not going to do an extra weapon attack if that creature's within 5 feet of an ally. It is. Okay, so if this hits, let's see what happens. 12. Does that hit?
No.
Nice. Very good.
That is the right answer.
That is definitely the right answer. And that's his turn go done. Back round to Tunk.
Come on, Tunk.
Tunk's going to take another swing at dun dun. And again go two-handed warhammer. Is that a flank?
I'm going to say it is with yeah. I'm going to say it is with Pups. We gave Pups the advantage. So yeah.
Well, I don't think it hits.
No.
16.
No. He misses.
Okay, well then Tunk's just going to keep saying, "You're bad, doggy."
Okay. So then this hobgoblin comes through the door.
Oh, sugar.
Okay. So now we've just had a hobgoblin just return through the door into the room, and it looks around and goes towards Urki, and it's going to go for an attack on Urki.
That checks out.
Okay. See, one-handed. He thinks of you as being small and weak, and hits you for 2 slashing.
Yep, he does. Can I go flying across the room so I'm closer to like the other?
I could do it two-handed if you'd rather.
I'm good.
Okay. Join. Sorry, guys, I'm secretly trying to get us back online at the same time. Okay. Okay, so I think that's it. We're back round to the guy that's sort of the lady who's making all of the magic. And she turns around and throws... Oh, I could do that. That would be quite nice. Yeah, she could place inflict wounds. So let's have a look. What? So she does this towards you, Baggy, as you attacked last. Do I get advantage? I don't think I do.
Oh.
No, I don't. Okay, so that misses.
Oh.
That would have sucked.
Yeah.
That's almost a dead Baggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been awful. Not very fun at all. Okay. Great. I think I'm back. Okay. Look. Great. Sorry, guys. There we are. Okay. So we're round to Urki. So you've now got a hobgoblin right in front of you. We've got a couple of more minutes before we have to stop, but we will continue as far as we can.
Can I take a kind of like ready in action so that if never mind, screw it. I'm like that hurt. I take my plank and I swing at him.
Nice.
And that is.
Shillelagh!
Turkey doing more damage than any of us.
Right.
The plank.
Okay, great. As you smack this thing around the face for 7 bludgeoning, I'm guessing. And the hobgoblin is like shocked as hell, like, what? And kind of stumbles backwards and sort of hits the side of the wall, and you see like, whoa, and kind of get back up again. But he is seriously bloodied. Bloodied.
He is still right next to me. He has not actually moved.
No. He's kind of just gone. Whoa.
Okay, so if I move, he will likely still take an attack of opportunity if I try to move away.
Yes.
Okay, I will hold my ground and look like over his not over his shoulder. I'm small. I'll look under his legs and kind of at Oshi and say like, help.
Okay, so Oshi. Oh no, sorry, pups.
Okay. Okay. Seeing that no one's dove in the hole, Pups is gonna revert to Plan B, which is just go all-out assault on this guy. So gonna swing. Gonna swing two-handed as an action. With the battle axe.
Oh.
With a crit.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you hit him
So
for how much?
17.
17.
And I'm also going to use Divine Smite on that as well. So the first thing that I hit does an extra 2d8 damage.
Okay, roll the 2d8.
Come
Actually,
on.
no, it would be 4d8.
Yeah.
4d8?
Yeah, but crit's applied to the Divine Smite as well.
Yeah.
Okay, shall I just roll 2 more?
So
Yes,
that's
please.
already 15.
Right, so that's
Fuck
26,
Me!
36, 40. Wow, 43?
Oh!
Okay.
17.
Yeah. 32, 43. Yeah.
Can you tell me what that looks like?
Yeah!
Because you've not only hit him once and completely decimated him,
Yeah!
he's crumbled to dust in this. So just tell me what this looks like.
Pups is just going to pick up the war axe, and as it comes past him, just this, like, the axe just suddenly shines brightly with this red and yellow light, almost as if.
And his cloak comes off, seeing the white underneath, and then like that
Just
shining thing comes through.
Paladin.
Yeah.
And he just screams down, just screams Puggle. as he comes down and cuts this guy in half.
And it's just like it cuts through his shape, his mail, his armor, which you notice is very strangely to be on a hobgoblin in the first place. As it cuts through him and falls away, the other goblin sees this and goes to run. Urki, you have an opportunity attack.
Oh, why, yes, I do.
Shillelagh! Oh!
Yeah!
Okay, yeah.
Come on, Urki.
And let's see how much damage.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Yeah.
I take him off at the kneecap, and he
Yeah.
kind of hops a little bit. And then, can he fall into the well?
Yes, he can, yes.
Okay.
Goodbye.
And then this other goblin goes to run. And comes to here and turns around and goes, okay. That's enough. I'm glad you got rid of him, but that's enough. I've got women and children next door. Okay? Are we cool? Okay.
Who was he?
His name was done. He was, as you see, a hobgoblin. Well, not particularly a nice one either.
None of them are.
No, they're not. Brother. You know as well as I do. They've always bullied us.
What's down in the well?
That's where the outcast is.
I need you to do me something. Don't let anyone go through that corridor towards the dungeon.
Look, if you kill Belloc, I will do anything.
Trust me when I say it's in your interest that you do not go through to that dungeon.
I won't. I just want the tribe to be safe.
So do I.
He was a bully. I've seen him kill a man. Really, all he was supposed to have done was send him down below. He killed him out of anger and took his armor. See?
What was his name?
Talgan.
He was one of the prisoners that came through. The
Yes.
3 people I met.
Yes, that's right. No. Look, I just want Belloc gone. More space for us.
Very well. Be safe.
And you too, brother. His hand kind of comes forward until it goes to shake your hand. But it's so the rest of you guys is very odd handshake. But you know instantly how to shake that hand.
Yeah. As I shake his hand, I'll give them 2 hit points of lay on hands.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay. As she goes to this side here, goes through the door, and you just hear her proclaim, "Dunn is dead. I killed him with my hands." As the door shuts behind her. Behind her. As we then fade to black. Okay. Very well done, guys.
Yes.
That was Pop's retribution right there.
Yeah. That was so good.
And for
That was
that very
for all
reason,
the
for that very reason, I'm gonna have to give MVP to Pops for that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well done, mate. Okay.
Dan, you have dealt more damage at level 3 with a paladin than we have done at level 5 the entire 11 games that we've played in our other campaign.
Level 2 paladin.
Yeah.
Level 2 paladin, apologies. Jesus Christ.
Okay. So before we go, I just want to say thank you very much to our wonderful players, and thank you very much for watching us as well. If you want to watch more of this type of stuff, of course, we've got our new game with Mr. John Cooper coming up, which is Jack's Funhouse on the 10th of June.
Yeah, I can't
which
wait.
the cast
Yeah.
will be announced this week. I'm very, very excited to announce that one. But I would like to give a big round to these guys. I love them very, very much. Play some great D&D, and enjoy your week. And of course, stay safe. I love you guys. Okay.
Big love.